Hi, everyone. This is Professor Monty, and what we're looking at is the payment that we need to make to pay off the loan for a car. Now, I will tell you this formula that you see on the screen is the same formula we'll use if we are paying off any type of loan that we take out, whether it's a car, whether it's something else, if we're paying off a credit card, those types of things, if we're not making additional charges on the card. So this formula is one that we'll be using, and notice what they do. They've got PMT, that's the payment amount that we're going to make. P that they have there is the amount of the loan that we're trying to repay. So this changes from things we've done in the past where we were looking at A, we were making deposits, say into a retirement account, where we knew the amount that we wanted at the end of the time. Well, at the end of the time, we want 0. So A is not in here, but P is in here, and it's the principal or the starting amount. So we owe P right now, and we're trying to pay that off. How much is the payment that we need to pay that off? So we've got that formula, and we've got a problem here. It says, suppose you borrow $30,000 for 4 years at 2% for the purchase of a car. Find the monthly payments and the total interest for the loan. So first of all, let's find the monthly payment. So a couple things here. One, it's a monthly payment. So N is going to be 12. And so when we do this formula, we've got PMT equals. Well, the P on the top, that's the principal or the present value, which is the 30,000. That's how much we owe now. Times R, R is the interest rate, 2%. Change that to a decimal, so 0.02. Divided by N, that's the number of periods per year, 12. That's the numerator. And then the denominator, 1 minus 1 plus R over N, the same 0.02 over 12, raised to the negative N times T. So there's my formula. So let's go through that. We know what N times T is. I don't know why I wrote it that way. So N is 12 times T. Well, T is the number of years, and we want to pay it off for 4 years. Now, what I want to do here is I'm going to put this in parentheses here because some calculators don't physically put it up as an exponent when you raise to the power. And so what we want to do is make sure that it's using the negative 12 times 4 as the entire exponent. Now, you can do this in separate pieces and write things down and carry your decimals and all that. I'm going to show you how to do it all in one step. That's the way I do it on my calculator. That's the way I recommend doing it. So let me show you. I'll write down exactly what I'm going to type into the calculator, and then I'll show you on the calculator. So my payment, all right, here's what it's going to be. I'm going to type in 30,000, left parenthesis, 0.02. I don't have a fraction key, so I'm going to go divided by 12, close the parentheses, and then that's the numerator. I'll go divided by, and now the whole denominator, left parenthesis again, 1 minus another left parenthesis, 1 plus, again, 0.02 divided by 12, close parenthesis, raised to the power. That's what mine looks like. Remember, some calculators will look like y to the x, some will look like x to the y. Left parenthesis, negative 12, and I'll show you that negative 12, how we're going to do that, times 4. Close parentheses for your exponent, and then close parentheses for your denominator. Okay, so let me show you this. So let's go to the calculator. I've got a TI-84 calculator emulator. Let's clear all this off. Okay, let's type it in. 3,000, 30,000, excuse me, left parenthesis, 0.02 divided by 12, close parenthesis, divided by, left parenthesis, 1 minus, left parenthesis, 1 plus 0.02 divided by 12. Close parentheses. Oops. I typed that in as a 13, didn't I? Let's make that a 12. Raised to the powers right here. Notice mine's up in the exponent, so I don't need the parentheses, but I'll put them there because some students do. Now, my negative 12, this was my subtraction key. Down here is my negative button. So I'll go negative 12. Some people don't have a negative button. What they have is they have a button that says plus or minus. And what they do is they push the 12, then they push the plus or minus, it changes it into a negative 12. So do make sure you know how to do it on your calculator. So I've got negative 12 times 4. Close that parenthesis. I need to arrow down to get out of the exponent. Close the parenthesis for the whole problem. Hit enter, and I get my payment amount. Now, where I got this out of says go ahead and round to the nearest dollar or round up to the nearest dollar maybe. Either way, this would round up since it's above 50 cents. So I'd go $650. Oops, round up $651 because it was above six. It was at $650 and 50 cents or more. So if we look at that, 650, this number's 5 or more. So I round up, $651 would be my payment amount. Okay, so I've got my payment amount. Let's erase that plus or minus so it doesn't confuse anybody. And then it says find the total interest on the loan. Well, to find the interest, think about where the interest is going to come from. It's the total payments. That's how much I paid minus what the loan amount was. And so when I find the interest, well, the total payments, think what I did. I paid $651, 12 times a year, times 4 years. Minus the loan amount was what I borrowed. That was the $30,000. Well, that stuff in the parentheses, if I do that in my calculator, 651 times 12 times 4, I paid a total of $31,248. Minus the 30,000 I borrowed, oh, that extra 1,248 must have been interest. And that's the idea. I didn't pay a whole lot of interest. It was only 2% interest rate, and it was only 4 years. So it wasn't a large amount of interest, but $1,248 isn't anything to scoff at, nonetheless. Okay, anyway, practice this. I do recommend you try to learn how to do it all in one step in your calculator, and of course, use the same calculator to do the homework that you're going to use on the test. All right, best of luck to you, and we'll talk more later.